Tonight on News 5 Live, Minister addresses bribery allegations. No Christmas bonuses for ministers or CEOs. COVID fares lead to blindness. And a woman wins $30,000 after getting off a bus in Belize City. Details of these stories and more coming up in tonight's newscast.
We have been a partner with Smart for over 10 plus years. We have a full Smart plan we use as our major driver for our business. We have a service that rolls over in that if you call one and it is busy, it rolls over to the next line. So once you call us, you can get us at any time. Before we got this Smart service, we were paying upwards of nearly $2,000 in phone bills. Since we've had our Smart service, we pay an average of about $600. So we've had tremendous saving, more than 50%. For the businesses, if you want to save money, switch to Smart because it is far more cost effective and the service is excellent.
Smart continues to be innovative in bringing new technology and meaningful savings during these challenging times to businesses across Belize. Sign up for our VoIP technology or broadband packages and save more.
Christmas. With the busyness that the season brings, take a moment to slow down and get a different perspective on the reason for the season. Celebrate Christmas with Sagebrush Church, December 26th at 10 a.m. right here on Belize Channel 5. Or visit sagebrush.church for service times and locations.
Greetings from all of us at Atlantic Insurance. We know this year has been particularly difficult for us all, but while many see reasons to lose hope, we are constantly finding reasons to hold on tighter. Let's continue to cherish and give thanks for the things that matter most in our lives and know that we will get through this together. Thank you for your loyalty throughout the year, and we remain committed to serving and protecting you with excellence and understanding. May the true meaning of the holiday season fill your hearts and home with love, peace, and joy. This holiday season, respect the rules of the road. Drive safely. Don't speed. Don't drink and drive. Arrive safe and alive. Wishing you a Merry Christmas and a new year of hope, health, and happiness.
The Mega Bingo Progressive Jackpot is now over $600,000. You can win $606,521 this Wednesday, December 15th. With Christmas around the corner, now is the perfect time to buy some tickets and get in the game. The next show airs live on Channel 5, Radio Bahia and Love FM at 8 p.m. You can also catch a show online. Just log into Facebook or YouTube and search for Belize Mega Bingo to watch it live. So make sure you don't miss your opportunity to win the jackpot. That mega cash can change your life. Remember, Mega Bingo is the game.
Good evening and welcome to News 5 Live for Tuesday, December 14th. I am Sabrina Daly. News 5 has confirmed that ACP Marco Vidal has been suspended for 60 days with pay. Information is that the Security Services Commission, chaired by Charles Gibson, met and approved a course of action going forward involving the embattled senior cop. A suspension letter was issued, copied to the Minister of Home Affairs Karim Musa and his CEO Kevin Arthurs, as well as Commissioner of Police Chester Williams. The decision was that Vidal was suspended effective December 13th for 60 days. During this time, an investigation will be undertaken and a formal case against Vidal will be presented to the Security Services Commission for a tribunal on his alleged administrative misconduct. An additional 30-day suspension may be granted if required by the Ministry of Home Affairs. ACP Vidal was removed as operations commander for the Belize Police Department in early November when police officers under his command were arrested during a drug plane landing in the south. He was relegated to a desk job and Assistant Commissioner of Police Alfred Greenidge took over as operations commander. The Commissioner of Police, Chester Williams, told News 5 he will be issuing a statement on Wednesday. The Briseño administration is also trying to spread the cheer of Christmas to public officers. Minister Orlando Habet confirmed that public officers will be getting a $100 Christmas bonus. And while he admits it is not nearly enough to match what has been lost as a result of the 10% pay, he further noted that minister and CEOs are not expecting any bonuses this year.
I think the government is trying to do as best possible. The little extra monies that they could find to assist they needed during a time like now in Christmas when it is a time for sharing, I think it is good. The public officers will get their $100 to buy their ham or picnic or a turkey, whatever it is. It is not enough. It doesn't replace the 10%. We understand that, but I think that it's a positive gesture on behalf of the government to do that, and I think people really appreciate it.
But you will get a bonus, correct? And your bonus will be bigger.
No, we're not getting any bonus. We're not getting any bonus. We have been discounted 50% of our allowances and 15% of our salary. So and it remains the same.
No bonus?
No, sir.
From ministers?
For CEOs?
Not that I know of, no.
Okay.
As we inch closer to Christmas, some area representatives have already mobilized their Christmas assistance machineries within their communities. Today, we asked Area Representative for Kaya Northeast about how he plans to bring a blue Christmas to his constituents.
From my constituency, I think that we have to say that we are lucky for being in government because now we can enjoy a little bit of what the former administration enjoyed for 13 years. And when they used to give us a pittance, at least our administration is being equitable in the distribution of the resources. But for Kaya Northeast, we are giving out some hampers to the families. So I have 7 villages and a piece of San Ignacio, so we are trying to do as much as possible. So we're giving them a basket of goods, provisions, and I don't believe that it might be enough to give 100% of all the residents or households, but we'll do as much as possible. We are also providing the children which with a goodies bag that will have little sweets, the chocolates, the apple, the biscuits and chips and whatnot. Hopefully with a Santa Claus to go along with it.
But of course you have like any other politician, your most ardent supporter who you say, she have to get, her family have to get to that.
I believe to some extent, yes. We won't deny that. I think that we have people who have supported us. We know that during those 13 years also that we have a lot of these people who supported us, but because they were open, they never even they never qualified even for the pantry. What I can tell you though is that through our assistance that we have been getting a few months, we have tried as much as possible to give people who are the most needy. And you can go into my villages and you can ask and you will find out that people from both sides are getting.
Social Security contributions will increase in 2022 by 1% point from 9 to 10%. But the wage ceiling is also going up $480 to $520. According to the Social Security Board, these increases were deferred in 2019, but have been approved by Cabinet now. SSB says the increase in the wage ceiling translates to higher weekly cash benefits for both short-term benefits and pensions. The changes come into effect on January 3, 2022, and were originally part of the 2019 Contribution Reform Plan. Coming up, Minister Habet responds to allegations that bribes were solicited during an EIA process. Details when we return.
Hello friends, this is Dr. Bob Roberts with another 60-second sermon from God's Word. The Bible says, "For the Lord seeth not as man seeth, for man looketh on the outward appearance, but the Lord looketh on the heart." In the 2016 presidential election in the United States, the Republican candidate was often criticized for his remarks pertaining to the appearance of certain women. He referred to former Miss Universe Alicia Machado from Venezuela as Miss Housekeeping and Miss Piggy when she gained weight after winning the beauty pageant. His remarks proved to be most hurtful and painful, and I could not help but think of the old proverb, "Beauty is only skin deep." It was originally introduced by Sir Thomas Overbury in a poem, A Wife in 1613, in which he said, "All the carnal beauty of my wife is but skin deep." The proverb suggests that a person's character is more important than how they look, and that external attractiveness is no guide to a real person's character. A person may be beautiful on the outside, but have an ugly heart and soul on the inside. Appearances are deceptive and superficial. Physical beauty is not the measure of the worth of a person. True beauty lies within. In 1966, the Temptations sang a song, "Beauty is only skin deep, so in love sad as could be, 'cause a pretty face got the best of me. Suddenly you came into my life and gave it meaning and pure delight. Now good looks I've learned to do without, 'cause now I know it's love that really counts." So remember, you can't tell a book by its cover, and that God looks on the heart. Today's 60-second sermon has been presented by Christian Foundations of Faith in cooperation with the Baptist churches in your area.
This Christmas, tell Santa, I got this, and slay your holidays at Cellular World. We have gift options for everyone on your list. 70-inch TV for your hubby, kids tablet for your little ones, Nintendo Switch for Junie, Samsung phone backed up by 1-year local warranty for you. Treat yourself! Whether you're shopping for a cell phone, a tablet, laptop, smartwatch, speaker, gaming system, or headphones, Cellular World is your one-stop Christmas shop. Shop this season at Cellular World, and for every purchase over $25, you get a chance to win one of 5 amazing prizes. Visit us today and slay your holidays at Cellular World.
Nestle. Start healthy, stay healthy.
My name is Kim. I'm 36 years old. I'm raising a 6-year-old daughter, and I'm living with HIV. My greatest priority is to raise my daughter and be here for as long as I can with her. Well, it was around 2009. The moment I found out, when the nurse told me, I was shocked. It was hard at first to just hear that news. It was like somebody just took a ton of bricks and just dropped it on you, and you're like trying to figure out, how am I going to deal with this? Being HIV positive, I have experienced a lot of discrimination. I decided to be open about my status because I want to show other people that, you don't have to be afraid. You don't have to hide behind who you really are because of a disease. My belief is that if somebody is going to want to be around you and love you, they're going to love you for who you are. It's very important for a person who's HIV positive to stay on their medication. Like I said, I tested positive 2009. So literally it's going to be 13 years since I'm living with HIV. And out of that 13 years, it's like almost 11 to 12 years since I've been undetectable. It is important for people living with HIV to get screened for other diseases because in 2019, I was also diagnosed with HPV. My mom, she died from cervical cancer. With my medical condition, I decided that I would ask the doctor what would be best for me. And he said that, eventually it could lead to cervical cancer, and I did not want that because I already have one medical condition. And so I decided that I would do a hysterectomy. I'm very concerned about COVID. I made the decision to get vaccinated because I know it's a better form of protection for persons like myself. At first, I did not want to do it, I'm going to be honest. But I'm the type of person I like to read, I just don't go by what people say. I came to the conclusion that it's a form of protection, like I said, for persons like myself, so that's why I decided to do it. I would want people to know that people like myself that is living with HIV, we are normal people just like you guys. Don't just look at us like, oh, they're HIV positive. Look at us that we're all human beings and we deserve affection and love and good treatment like everybody else.
Minister of Sustainable Development Orlando Habet says his ministry is concerned about the allegation of bribery being made against members of the National Environmental Appraisal Committee. In a letter dated November 24th, addressed to the CEO in the Ministry of Sustainable Development, Waterloo Investment Holdings Limited alleged that members of the committee, NIAC, approached them requesting financial remuneration in exchange for assistance in answering NIAC questions. As we have reported, Waterloo Holding Limited is seeking the approval of NIAC for the construction of a bulk handling facility and cruise ship port. In writing to CEO Williams to express, quote, deep concern with the manner in which the regulatory approval process has been handled thus far, unquote, Waterloo Holdings included the allegations. When we spoke to Minister Habet today, he told us that Waterloo has since indicated it wants to move past their allegations and proceed to a final decision on the proposed project.
What we have been privy to is a letter coming from one of the principals or somebody from Waterloo suggesting or alleging that there has been some type of misconduct on behalf of some of the NIAC members. And that is as far as we know. From our side, it is very concerning if it is so. And if it is not so, it's also concerning because we don't want to have allegations on their technical people who are at this high level and doing such an important job. So what has happened is that the ministry, through the CEO, has requested from them some clarification and for them to do some type of substantiation on the allegations.
Sorry,
yes.
Sorry, do go
nothing has been forthcoming from them as to that request as yet. We can't make any accusations, and it is difficult even to start doing any kind of investigation if you don't substantiate that allegation. So are there names, exactly what kind of bribery he's talking about? We don't know. We don't know if it's monetary, whatever type of bribery they were talking about. But they did not give us a response to that. As a matter of fact, the latest we got was saying that, listen, we brought that up. It is a serious concern. We don't want to put it behind thinking that it's not important. But for now, we want to proceed, and so that you can have a new way going forward for the meeting that will come up with a decision, and that perhaps it was miscommunication between both parties.
So you're saying
that's what they said.
There are reports that the NIAC has already deliberated and made a decision on Waterloo's bulk handling facility and cruise ship port. Unconfirmed reports suggest that NIAC has objected to the project. But when we asked Minister Habet for confirmation today, he only revealed that instructions have been given to NIAC to write Waterloo about their decision. And while we await confirmation, Waterloo, in their letter to CEO Williams, asserts that throughout the process they have, quote, produced over 1,500 pages of EIA and addenda, acceding to every request in the most expedient manner possible, unquote.
I don't know to what extent they claim that they have given all information in a timely manner. I know that the process has been extended for quite some time, because this had started off long before we came into office. Recall that the original project was to dump 10 million cubic meters of seabed material near Turnerf, close to the reef. And when the NIAC met, considering the environmental impact on the reef, knowing that it's a UNESCO site, how it will affect our tourism, and also because of the strong opposition during the consultations, I guess that they were asked that, listen, we can't go along with this area where you want to dump the material. Perhaps you can now submit how you will dispose of this material on a different site. And I think what they did was they resubmitted, and taking that material now to what they classified as 3 different areas, onshore, near shore, and offshore. I don't know the details, but from what I have been told briefly, some of that information is missing as to where all that material will be placed. So if there was 10, for example, and now you're showing me 8, then where's the other 2 million cubic meters? So I think some of that. So I don't know if they have as I said, I don't know the details, but it doesn't sound like they have provided all information that they have asked for.
In their letter, Waterloo Investment Holding requested a meeting with CEO Williams to further discuss their concerns in an effort to reach an expeditious resolution. We asked Minister Habet if they will take up that request. Here's how he responded.
I believe that any investor, especially for a project of that magnitude, would be concerned if the monies that they have already invested turns out to have a negative response in terms of approval. And so we have discussed in Cabinet that perhaps it is now time to look at the process itself. So whilst the process might call for the company, the investor, to do an EIA, and depending on the size of the project, that EIA process and report and study might be in the millions of dollars. So when you do that now, the person or the company or the project might feel like, guess what, we have enough money invested that they have expectations for approval. So perhaps the process can be relooked at, and then look at maybe if we have a national development plan that's for the next 20, 30, 40, 50 years, where is it that we want to go? So then is it something that you have to look at first from the economic standpoint, the feasibility standpoint, what you want for national development, and then when that is approved, then it goes through the environmental assessment.
A visit to Belize City this morning by a St. Bite resident has ended with big cash. Telma Palacio arrived with her granddaughter, who has been her lucky charm. As they alighted the bus at the terminal, Palacio headed to a nearby shop to purchase 3 scratch and win tickets. One of those $3 tickets had a whopping $30,000 cash prize. In complete disbelief, she asked a couple of people if she indeed had won. A taxi operator quickly took her to the Scratch and Win office to confirm her winnings. An excited Palacio told News 5 today that Christmas they call.
Coming from the bus station, I went to the drugstore to buy some pills, but I said no, I'm going right across to the Chinese place and buy me some Bolido. But when I got there, changed my mind, I bought Scratch instead. The first one, nothing. The second one, nothing. The third one, I see the 3 numbers at the top. Comparing the numbers at the bottom, I say, hey, that's 28 right there. So I'm supposed to win something. When I look at the zeros, it's more than 2 zeros, so I know this is something big. But I was so excited. There was a female passing. I said, Miss, could you look at this ticket with me? Do I win anything? She said, Miss, you win 30,000. Oh, I could have seen Christmas. I was so happy. I know Christmas is here. And all my grandchildren, I'll make their Christmas come true.
We're here to produce big winners, and what better time to have someone win 30 grand than right before Christmas. So I'm super happy. We're super happy for Thelma. It's just perfect time for her and her family. We have a line of new games which have the highest prize payouts in the world. We have dollar tickets where you can win up to 10,000, $2 tickets where you can win up to 25,000, $5 tickets, which is the one you mentioned earlier, where you can win up to 100,000. And of course, if you really want a life-changing prize, we have $10 tickets where you can win 250,000. I think everybody listening should ask themselves, what would they do if they had $250,000 in their pocket?
After the break, could the fear of catching COVID cost someone their eyesight? BCVI says it already has. Find out more when we come back.
Maggie, season's greetings. Y'all, Patsy, that you that compliments of the season, girl. Yes, girl. So how you did do? Girl, I'm here, Gary, girl, let go. Girl, not too bad, you know. That's 6 months now, so we barely feel it. And you did do big Christmas shopping, though. Yes, girl. You know, every year the whole family come over to my house, lot them out to feed. And Paul, even when we buy a new sofa set, I don't know who we're gonna try him first. And you done your big Christmas shopping? No, girl, no kind of big shopping this year. I totally understand. Anyways, make I try come out of this place. Bye. Not forget your tax receipt. Receipt? For the liberty thing? It no matter, for the sake of accountability, we have to know that for we tax money, they go where it's supposed to go. You don't know, tax is important for the economy of every country. Taxes help pay for education, streets, and other government projects like grocery bag will benefit all of we. And you never know, when the economy pick up back, maybe Gary could even get back a job. You know, you're right.
It's that time of year again. And whether you're buying gifts for loved ones, shopping for new furniture and appliances, or simply doing business as usual, the Belize Tax Service Department would like to remind you to always ask for a tax receipt with every purchase. Let us all do our part to ensure the further growth of Belize. Together we build our country, your contribution, our development.
Taking its name from the venerable father of the nation, the George Price Highway stretches 77 miles from Belize City to Benqueviejo. Originally built in the 1930s, this cross-country highway system is the artery that links Belize to Central America at the western border with Guatemala. That connection facilitates overland trade, supporting Belize's economic development. Winding its way across the scenic countryside, the George Price Highway from Roaring Creek to Esperanza has been fully reconstructed to meet international standards, with particular emphasis on road safety. A shorter and hassle-free commute is best enjoyed when everyone obeys the traffic laws. To reduce the number and frequency of road traffic accidents, it means that a seatbelt must be worn at all times and the speed limit observed when traveling along the highway. It also means that pedestrians must use sidewalks and crosswalks where available. Buses should only board and discharge passengers at a designated bus stop. Road safety is everyone's responsibility. It begins with you.
Bundle the fastest, most reliable, unlimited broadband in Belize with your prepaid or postpaid mobile plan or Netflix. You can bundle your broadband with your prepaid and enjoy 50% off all national calls, plus get SMS and data. Paid plans? Then bundle with any speed and pay only $25 extra monthly to enjoy unlimited smart-to-smart calls, plus 500 minutes, plus 6,300 megabytes of data. Stream unlimited HD movies and TV shows with our broadband, plus the Netflix add-on for only $30 monthly, and enjoy streaming on your laptop, TV, phone, or tablet. Visit a smart showroom near you to sign up or upgrade to the bundle that's right for you. Smart, bringing people together.
More than 25 diabetics who suffer from glaucoma or diabetic retinopathy have gone totally blind during COVID. That is the shocking news from Executive Director of the Belize Council for the Visually Impaired, the BCVI. Musa told News 5 today that because of the patient's fear of potentially catching COVID-19, they do not venture out to seek the eye care they needed. Then COVID and travel restrictions forced BCVI to temporarily suspend services and close their doors. And these were the main factors for the diabetics losing their vision.
The people in our program who are blind or severely visually impaired, they rely heavily on BCVI providing community-based rehabilitation services. We had to close down for a while and go into emergency mode. Patients are afraid to come in, so because of COVID, our numbers are at half of what they usually are when we're talking about patients we're screening. And in the last year, we have found about 50 people who are blind who waited too long to come to access services to be able to receive treatment. So, if we're looking, for example, at a cataract patient, that blindness could be reversible. You could have a surgery and you could be able to see again, but because surgeons who work with BCVI fear coming into the country, catching COVID, not being able to go back home, surgeons haven't come. The ministry at first, of course, understandably wasn't allowing them to come in. And we're looking forward to starting that up again in 2022. And so those cases of blindness can be reversed, we hope. But there are cases of patients with diabetic retinopathy who will not see again because they waited too long to access the service and because we haven't been able to bring in a steady stream of specialists.
Okay. How many patients are we talking about that have gone permanently blind? The diabetics I'm talking about.
So for diabetic retinopathy and glaucoma, those are 2 of the 5 leading causes of blindness. Those are irreversible. And of the approximately 50 people that we have, more than half are due to glaucoma and diabetic retinopathy.
Iris Musa says that while these blind patients hail from all over the country, the majority of them come from the northern districts. Iris Musa says the number of diabetics that have gone blind that BCVI knows about might just be a fraction of the total number of people who have lost their eyesight because of the impediments that COVID brought along.
These are just people, of course, who have come to access our service. We don't know of all the people who are still at home, still afraid to come out to receive eye care services or other healthcare services who are blind and haven't been diagnosed yet. Diabetes is one of the leading causes of sickness and death in our population, but people don't often realize that blindness is a result of diabetes. And if you don't control your diabetes, if you don't visit your eye doctor regularly, you will go blind, and it is irreversible. You cannot get that vision back.
The BCVI's rehabilitation services offer these blind patients help where necessary and possible. Iris Musa explained.
What our officers do is reach out to people who have been diagnosed with blindness. They find out what they need from us, and that could be in terms of counseling, in terms of support, in terms of adaptive aids. So someone who is newly blind will need a cane. They will need to be taught how to move around their homes and their neighborhoods and their communities independently. And that's where the COVID aspect really comes in. And this is a global effect for all people who are blind throughout the world. When you are learning how to use a cane, you need to have someone guiding you, physically touching you and guiding you and teaching you how to hold the cane, how to move the cane, how to sweep the cane. If you're learning how to move around a new environment, you also need a sighted person to help you do that. So you imagine now that we're all being told, maintain physical distancing, don't get too close to anybody. You know, that creates a huge problem for people who are blind trying to live as independently as possible. So while these services are available, there is a direct impact that COVID is having on people wanting to or feeling comfortable enough to access the service.
Just ahead, the Christmas chicken and turkey rush is on. We will have an update on prices and availability for you. But first, here's a weather update with data from the Belize Met Service.
We remain committed to providing safe, reliable, and sustainable energy solutions for communities across Belize. As part of BEL's Rural Electrification Program to expand our service to remote communities, we have been visiting and consulting with residents and leaders in remote and developing communities in southern Belize. We are also collaborating with partners in the energy sector to determine innovative energy solutions for these communities that take into consideration their unique needs and distance from the grid. Belize Electricity Limited is committed to providing safe, reliable, and sustainable energy solutions for communities across Belize.
Improving lives, delivering quality, water for you and me. In Belize, BWS, we make it happen.
Belize Water Services Limited is committed to improving the lives of Belizeans across the country. BWS is focused on improving service delivery to all our valued customers by continuously expanding our service areas to new customers. These improvements, which are spearheaded by the Board of Directors with the support of the government, will ensure delivery of this essential service to as many Belizean residents as possible. Despite the challenges of COVID-19, since April 2020, BWS has installed over 60,000 feet of water mains and connected 1,938 new customers to the water networks. In the last 7 years, BWS has extended 142 miles of water main to connect over 12,000 new customers. Other than providing safe potable water to thousands of new consumers, these water network investments have improved pressure and service continuity to existing customers. Infrastructure upgrades have also been completed from Roaring Creek to Tea Kettle Village, along with Esperanza to Santa Elena. Village residents can now enjoy improved water pressure in their homes.
I would like to say a big thank you to SIF and BWS for doing a wonderful job, for recognizing the need of the people in Sarawi. We're very grateful knowing that we can rely on something like having water in the village.
Works continues with upgrades to water mains in Cayo, Benque, Dangriga, Orange Walk, and Corozal. These upgrades allow for new service installations to families in the surrounding villages, and BWS has even more expansions in the pipeline. BWS also continues to invest in other areas to bring improved service to customers. The newly constructed Orange Walk branch office was officially inaugurated on September 15, 2021.
We're here to inaugurate this beautiful building, this very modern building, $1.5 million, quite impressive. And it goes to show the long-term commitment that BWS has not only to Orange Walk, but also to the country of Belize. More than ever, we're realizing that for our country to be able to grow, to expand, to prosper, we must have access to water, but not only water, but potable drinking water, healthy water that can keep our citizens healthy, so that with the extension that we can grow and continue to develop this beautiful country of ours.
Other investments include backup generators, electrical systems upgrade, and more modern information technology systems. These improvements are even more essential in order to serve customers properly and safely with the current COVID pandemic. To minimize service interruptions, BWS has invested $4.5 million over the last 10 years on electrical systems and generators, which is essential to minimize service interruptions to consumers. These have helped to deliver service continuity of 99.98% to BWS customers. With all the improvements and expansion of services, BWS is committed to continue reaching even more consumers with high-quality potable water and improved customer service.
Belize Water Services, delivering water and more.
Over the years, vaccines have protected us from serious diseases like whooping cough, chickenpox, polio, measles, and others. Vaccines help your immune system do its job better and faster, and that protects you from serious diseases. Like a police officer, your immune system is always on patrol in your body looking for invading germs. When it comes across a germ, it begins releasing antibodies to fight the germ. These antibodies work to attack, weaken, and destroy the germ. The COVID-19 vaccine is no different. It will work to help your immune system fight COVID-19 effectively. You are important to your family and friends. Vaccines bring us closer.
It's a fact that your credit lasts longer when using Smart. During these times, we're all trying to find ways to cut costs and save the little resources we have. With Smart, it's easy to do that. It's a fact that with Smart, your credit lasts longer. You can call Smart to Smart and Smart to Digi using your promo credit, while with the other guy, you can only call on-net, Digi, or BTL numbers. What does this mean? You get to call any national number using your promo credit. Your promo credit is free, so that call is also free. Know your facts. Don't be tricked by the other guy. Be smart and save your dollars.
The countdown continues as Christmas Day is 11 days away, and businesses across the country have promos throughout the month. At Quality Poultry Products, they are doing it big for 2021, just in time for the holidays. This Friday and Saturday, there will be sale on chickens for as low as $1.99 per pound. News 5 spoke with Belize City Branch Manager Andres Salgado about this promotion for its customers countrywide.
This weekend, Friday and Saturday, we're having the last chicken sale of the year 2021. And of course, when we say big, we always mean big. So we're doing $1.99 per pound of regular whole chicken. And we've taken off 35 cents off per pound for the legs, the breast, and the chicken cuts in bag. So those three items, as well as the whole chicken, will be on sale. We do try to have a sale at the middle of every month. And of course, yes, we're in December. Yes, it's what we as Belizeans classify as a busy season. However, we wanted to give back to our customers. I mean, this is the last opportunity we can and we will do it. And that is why we decided to have a sale. And we wanted to have a sale big so that everyone can benefit off the sale, no? So we're helping you pre-prepare for what's going to happen the next 2 days. I mean, nothing beats after the turkey and the Christmas and the Boxing Day. You know, you do a nice barbecue the Sunday after, or you got to stew chicken or your fried chicken. I mean, so we're helping you to giving you options as to what you can prepare after the Christmas. As Belizeans, we like to wait for last minute. You know, you want to come here on Saturday in the Saturday afternoon. However, I would want to encourage you to come on down, come on earlier because the sale starts on Friday. It's 2 days, so it's Friday and Saturday. So come on down on Friday. Anytime on Friday, we're going to be open until 5. We open through lunch period. So come on down and get your turkeys and chicken at the chicken at the promotional prices on Friday, and don't mind the Saturday rush, right? Yeah. I can give you a perfect example. Saturdays, our rush used to be from 7:15 in the morning until maybe 9 o'clock. No, since the pandemic start, people, they don't come in early in the morning. So the secret is you come in first thing in the morning at 7:15, or if the branch open as at 8, you come in early in the morning and you get out with your shopping.
But for most families, the traditional Christmas dinner includes turkey and ham. And making sure that there is enough to meet the demand of the market, Salgado says that you can also swing by to pick up turkeys. The birds are available in sizes for varying family units.
Let's start turkey. So we still do have small turkeys. On average, the turkeys are 10 pounds, the smallest, which can feed a nice family of 4 or 5. And of course, this year we have some big birds. I'm talking like 26, 28 pounds, right? So we do have turkeys for the entire family, for your family makeup, whatever your makeup is. If you have a big family of 10, 12 people, or if you have a small family of just a husband and wife, or boyfriend and girlfriend. So we do cater for everybody. Our prices are cheap. And as I mentioned on Give Me 5 last week, we did not touch our turkey prices any at all. Our turkey prices remain the same. It's the same thing as pre-pandemic. It's the same thing as pandemic, and now we're still in the pandemic now. So it's the same price. We did not adjust our turkey prices again because we wanted to ensure that our customers can afford a nice Christmas meal and a nice Christmas dinner.
Thousands of households were tuned in last week as we celebrated our 30th anniversary as a television station via our annual giveaway show, Gimme 5. The final night was a blast as William Neal and I were joined by CEO Marlene Cuellar, who picked the coupon for the grand prize winner. Despite answering the phone call with Gimme 5, Elise Craig, a resident of Belama Phase 2 in Belize City, was in utter disbelief. She even thought she was being pranked by her co-workers. Today she came to our studios on Coney Drive, and the reality finally set in. With only 40 tickets, she was this year's grand prize winner of cash, staycation at Naya Resort, Frontier flight opportunity, and so much more. Let's see.
Gimme 5.
Hey!
Woo!
Elise,
We got a winner!
Elise,
Yeah?
Craig, you're the grand prize winner for Gimme 5, the 2021 edition. 30 years later, you're the winner.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are. Yes, you is.
I was totally shocked. I didn't believe, honestly. Because I work with a bunch of pranksters and it's something they totally would do to me. So, but just in case, I still said cautiously, Gimme 5. And that was...
The grand prize was like intense, massive.
Yeah.
I know you came to collect. Let's talk about,
I didn't remember what all. People kept asking me, what all did you win? But I honestly couldn't remember. I remember a few things, but I couldn't remember the long list of things.
What are you most excited about in terms of the prizes?
I would really have to go through all of them. The TV, Naya. I can't wait to just go take that.
You have to share, right?
Yes, I will. I will share. I will definitely share. I definitely have to share something with my friend Javiz, who actually encouraged me to submit my tickets, and Cliff, who brought them here, and Millie Gentleman. I have to share with my gentleman, who, by the way, kept telling me, because every night I would look at my phone and it's not ringing, and he said, don't worry, babe, it will ring on the last night, on the last call.
Wow.
So he called it.
He called it.
He did.
So interesting because, we've always been saying it only takes one. And how many tickets you had in there and really justifiably so.
I only had 40 tickets in there, and it's the first time I've ever won Gimme 5 in all the years that I've played.
So
it's the first
definitely
time.
a big
So my first time, and I won the big prize.
Up next, a green thumb leads to a green alternative livelihood. Isani Cayetano has the story when we return.
From 1991 to 2021, Channel 5 has spent the last 3 decades bringing you the greatest in Belizean television. Join us on Tuesday, December 14th, as we take you on a journey from year 1 to present in our anniversary special. See your favorite television personalities from your favorite shows over the last 30 years and share their behind-the-scenes stories. Join us on December 14th at 8 p.m. right here on Channel 5 and on Facebook and YouTube as we celebrate 5 at 30.
Sometimes it's easy to forget. So here's a reminder why we all need to get vaccinated. COVID-19 has rapidly become one of the most contagious and potentially deadly diseases in history. Oh, and as we adjusted to it, it mutated. And now we have variants like the Delta that are somehow even more contagious and deadly. We know how this thing spreads and how to stop it. We have to take the proper health precautions all the time and make sure that you and everybody you know gets vaccinated. Vaccines save lives and greatly reduce the risk of hospitalization and death. Get the facts, then get vaccinated.
Hey, have you gotten your Benny's dollars yet? If not, well, now is the time to do so. Why, you say? Because after December 31st, we will no longer be redeeming or issuing Benny's dollars. But don't worry, because in 2022, we will be celebrating our 75th anniversary. And we have new and exciting promotions, some great events and reward programs lined up just for you. Collect your Benny's dollars when you shop at any of our locations and redeem for cool gift items. And we have massive deals going on right now, so you can enjoy store-wide discounts. Remember to fill out the ticket portion for a chance to win the $10,000 grand prize on December 23rd. So stop in and shop to get your Benny's dollars and great deals only at Benny's.
Benny's, Benny's, oh, Benny's.
What is the Pfizer COVID-19 vaccine? The Pfizer COVID-19 vaccine is an RNA vaccine that triggers our immune system to develop antibodies against the SARS-CoV-2 virus that causes COVID-19. It helps to reduce hospitalization, severity of the disease, and death. What is the Pfizer vaccine made of, and is it safe? The Pfizer vaccine is made up of mRNA messenger ribonucleic acid, which are molecules that carry the genetic information needed to make proteins, lipid, salts, and sugar. It is safe for persons 12 years and older and does not contain the COVID-19 virus, hence cannot cause infection. Tests have shown that the vaccine is effective against current virus variants. Who should take the Pfizer vaccine? The Pfizer vaccine should be taken by persons 12 years of age and older who do not have severe allergic reaction after a previous dose of vaccine or have not had severe allergic reaction to any ingredient of this vaccine. 2 doses of the vaccine are required 3 weeks apart. If you are between the ages of 12 and 17 years, you are required to present a signed consent form before you are vaccinated. What are the side effects of the Pfizer vaccine? Some common side effects of the Pfizer vaccine are headache, fatigue, muscle pain, fever, chills, and swelling at the injection site. If side effects persist, contact your doctor as soon as possible. Does the Pfizer COVID-19 vaccine prevent infection and transmission? No, vaccination alone does not prevent infection and transmission. We are still required to continue to wear masks properly, physically distance, wash and sanitize hands often, practice proper coughing and sneezing hygiene, and avoid crowds.
When something is good and you can save, that makes it even better. Like this guy, he buys Flex bundles using his promo credit. No worries when his primary credit is finished. He gets talk, text, and data for free. Or her, she calls her family internationally with her promo credit. And with data packages so affordable, she even does video calls. Smart continues to offer great deals and affordable promotions. As a small business owner, she saves when she uses her promo credit to call the other guys. All Smart customers enjoy more triple days and knowing they can use their promo credit, which just lasts longer. Smart, bringing people together.
The Latin American Summit 2022, or LATAM, as it is otherwise known, will take place on January 26 and will run through to the 29th in Cancun, Mexico. The summit is a regional meeting with as many as 14 countries being represented in public and private sectors. This afternoon at the Mexican Embassy in Belmopan, the president of Coparmex, the organizers of the event, provided more details on what can be expected in the new year.
Of the Mexican Republic, Quintana Roo, in collaboration with the Embassy de Mexico in Belize and the partner Boomerang, Business Incubator, present the LATAM Summit 2022. The biggest business platform in the Caribbean that promotes dialogue between actors with recognized influence in the productive and public sectors. They generate growth, identify business opportunity, and raise a global ecosystem. There will be more than 200 businessmen and businesswomen from more than 14 countries during January 26 to 29 in the next year. The Coparmex Quintana Roo is committed to the reactivation and diversification of sectors in the state road investment, but predominant sectors such as tourism, real estate, construction, promoting regional opportunities.
A memorandum of agreement was signed this morning at St. Herman's Blue Hole National Park, where several residents who live in communities that encircle protected areas are being assisted financially for a transition to alternative livelihoods. Those jobs range from gardening to beekeeping and tour guiding. It's an effort to further safeguard these national parks from encroachment. News 5's Isani Cayetano reports.
Horticulture and beekeeping are sources of income that are considered environmentally friendly, particularly in rural communities that fringe protected areas. Ringtail is a small village along the Hummingbird Highway, about 1.5 miles away from St. Herman's Blue Hole National Park. On the roadside is Red Rose Farm.
The initial plants started as a little hobby back when COVID began. It started with a few plants here and there. We saw, you know what, these were some cute plants to place in our house. First, we started with the orchid tree, which is at the front. It is purple and it's not common, especially from where I'm from, which is Corozal. It was a first time for me. We have set different plants for borderline, you know.
Lila Acosta's love of exotic plants and gardening took root last year at the outset of the COVID-19 pandemic. During the lockdown, she concentrated her efforts on growing a variety of flowering and non-flowering plants and started a small nursery called Red Rose Gardens. Today, that initiative is being supported by the Belize Audubon Society and the Protected Areas Conservation Trust as a form of alternative livelihood that does not threaten the natural environment surrounding the nearby cave system. It's part of a three-pronged approach being employed by both organizations.
One looks at financial sustainability for protected areas. The second result look at improving our relationship, enhancing the awareness of communities, buffering the protected areas that are benefiting under this project, and also strengthening and improving our biodiversity research and monitoring program.
In Maya Mopan, residents have taken up apiculture. Together, they manage several colonies of bees from which they are producing honey on a commercial scale.
It is 100% pure honey. It is natural, coming from the rainforest where we live. And I'm the leader of our group for now. And I always tell my group, every day I'm getting closer to the bearing ground. That's reality. So we need young people to continue this. So we have young people with us. We have women with us. In beekeeping, it's a business where everybody is involved. From children to grandparents, everybody is involved. Because in beekeeping, when you're doing honey, there's a process from the apiary to the packaging of honey.
These are just two examples of sustainable activities that provide residents with jobs that are described as green. As ringtail buffer St. Herman's, Maya Mopan fringes the Coxcomb Basin Wildlife Preserve.
A lot of the impacts that we see affecting Belize's green spaces, Belize's natural resources, come as a result of people simply finding a way to survive, and that usually involves agriculture. And because of perhaps the lack of availability of resources, or finding new ideas that might bring them some sort of benefit, some sort of profit, usually that tends to lead to incursions within protected areas, illegal activities that would be prohibited within those protected areas.
As part of a $1 million undertaking by BAS and PACT, a memorandum of agreement was signed this morning with several individuals from Armenia, Ringtail, and Maya Mopan to provide financial assistance via grants to support these alternative livelihoods. Reporting for News 5, I am Isana Cayetano.
And that's the news. Tonight's broadcast is available in both text and streaming video at channel5belize.com. You can also connect with us on our Facebook page at facebook.com/News5Live. I'm Sabrina Daly. Thanks for joining us. And from all of us here at News 5, please remember to wash your hands, keep your social distance, and stay safe. Good night.